Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube classes. Today I am going to start up with a new chapter in the unit of human physiology, and the name of the chapter is locomotion and movement. This is one of the very important chapter which covers 2 to 3 questions in your NEET examination. Definitely we can expect up to 3 questions in your CET examination. From the part of your first PUC NCERT, there are so many important aspects in human physiology. Among them, locomotion is one of the important chapter where we can realize many of the general aspects which are present in the human body. At the first, I will try to get the meaning of locomotion and movement. By that, we will move towards the further aspects of the chapter locomotion and movement. What is the difference and what is the meaning between locomotion and movement? When I say movement is one of the very significant feature of all living organisms, except there is no exception unless and until you can say something as living organism, it has to be or it has to show the process of movement. At the first, I will take this movement first. Movement is one of the significant feature of all living organisms. So there are lot of movements which are performed by the living organisms. Let me take up with the very simplest type of movement, and the first one is protoplasmic streaming. This protoplasmic streaming is observed in the lower organisms like amoeba. With the help of pseudopodia, we all know that the locomotory structure of amoeba, they are the lower organisms. With the help of protoplasm, they are movement along with the microfilament which are present in the body, along with the protoplasm. Organisms, they are going to move from one position to other positions. They are called as pseudopodia, and the movement in case of amoeba, it is called as pseudopodial movement, and that is because of the presence of this protoplasm. And the next one is paramecium. And the paramecium, it is also showing the movement. It also takes place the changing in its position, and the movement is called ciliary movement. There are lot of cilia which are present all over the body of these paramecium, and the minute hair-like outgrowth which are present in the body of these paramecium, they helps in the organism to move from one place to other place. What actually this movement is? Change in position of any living organism, it is considered as movement. I will take over this locomotion little bit later. By that, at the first we will understand what actually this movement means. Ciliary movement, example we can quote it as paramecium, and the next type of movement we can take a lot of examples. Generally one by one discuss ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. The flagellar movement. Flagellar movement. Can you define what is this flagellar movement? Of course, the movement, it is accomplished with the help of flagella, then it is considered as flagellar movement. Flagella are the locomotor structure in many bacteria, and the very familiar euglena. These individuals, they are moving or they are changing their position with the help of this locomotor structure. So not only lower organisms, even we are the human organisms or human beings. In the male reproductive tract, there are number of male gametes, and the movement of these male gametes, it is also accomplished with the help of this flagella, right? So this is one of the important thing regarding the flagellar movement. Higher organisms kuda observe ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. We will take up those things later. Then if you consider hydra, in case of hydra, it is moving from one position to other position with the help of its tentacles. Tentacles are the structure which helps in these organisms to move from one place to other position. And we know the structure of hydra. Consider, this is the hydra. It has been attached to the substratum. Still it is attached to the substratum. When it is attached to the substratum, along with its ಟೆಂಟಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಾಗಿ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮು ಒಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಬೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲೂಪ್, ಇಟ್ ಬೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್, ದೆನ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಸೈಡ್ ಡೌನ್. ಬೈ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ಸೈಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಹುಳಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹೈಡ್ರಾ, ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ with the help of its tentacles. Its tentacles are helping in these organisms to move from one position to other position. See, very simple. Consider my hand as a hydra. Hydra ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಥರ ಈ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಮ್, ಈ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಪ್ಸೈಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದ್ರ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. So this is regarding the movement of tentacles or movement of hydra, which helps in changing the position in these lower organisms. See, the complete movement in these lower organisms, it is with the help of some of the structure but not the muscles. So that on the basis of the movement, whether it is the organism, whether it is involving the muscular tissues for its movement or directly some of the cytoplasm like substances, they are helping in the organism to move from one position to other positions. On that criteria, we have been classified the process of locomotion or the process of movement into two types. One is non-muscular movement. We can quote the example of non-muscular movement. Example, protoplasmic streaming, ciliary movement, flagellar movement, tentacular movements of hydra. So they are all also examples for non-muscular movement. So by that we can predict the next type of movement, which is called muscular movement. We are the human beings, we have the muscles, and the muscles, they are completely attached to our skeletal system. With the help of those muscles, we are moving, we are changing our body locations, like the movement of hand, the movement of eye, the movement of nose. All these structures, they are accomplished with the help of muscles, alva. So I can move my hand, ಆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. I can move my eyebrows ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈವನ್ I can move my eyelids ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. I can rotate my tongue, and even I can move my jaw. ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಸಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಮಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. Movements, they can be classified into two types, but in our NCERT they have mentioned this much of thing, but they don't characterize. Important for your competitive, muscles are non-muscular and muscular movements. Non-muscular ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಇವುಗಳ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಮಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಈ ಥರ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಸಿ, among the muscular movement, we can take the walking, even running. ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಕೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. Consider the example as running. In this movement, suppose if I am running, ನಾನು ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಗೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಬೀಸಿದಾಗ ಅದರ ರೆಂಬೆ ಕೊಂಬೆಗಳು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅಲ್ಗಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗಲೂ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಗೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಬೀಸಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ದೇ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ change in position, right? Some of the movements they helps in change in position or change in location. Complete location change ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. And such voluntary movements they are considered as locomotion. Be remember the statement. What is locomotion? Locomotion is one of the significant feature of living organisms. Along with the movement, the change in position, some of the voluntary movements helps in change in movement or change in location of the living organism, then it is considered as locomotion. See, sometimes these are all the changes which are not particularly meant for the purpose of locomotions. For example, if you consider these tentacles of hydra, they are helping in change in position. See, by this change in position, they are not only meant for locomotion. Locomotion ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, even they are also helps in defense, even they are also helps in food capture, ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. even in case of human beings, our limbs, what is the function of limbs ಅಂದಾಗ limbs are helpful in the process of locomotion. They are not particularly meant for locomotions. Even body posture is also one of the important character of the locomotory structures. So by that we can say locomotion is something which helps in change in position, and this locomotion, it is accomplished by the movement. So that by looking at all these explanations, we realize that locomotion and movement, they are interlinked. We cannot study this locomotion and movement separately. ಅವುಗಳನ್ನ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. So that locomotion and movement, they are interlinked. By looking at this explanation, we can draw a conclusion, we can draw a statement that all locomotions are movement, but not all movements are locomotions. Be remember the statement, important for your competitive. Many a time they are going to provide these statements, all locomotions are movements, but not all movements are locomotion. Just air blow ಆದಾಗ plants ನ ರೆಂಬೆ ಕೊಂಬೆಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲಾಡುತ್ತೆ, that is called movement. But along with the movement, higher organisms ಗಳು ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಈ ಥರ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೀಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ಟಿಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಬಾರಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಲ್ ಲೊಕೊಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲೊಕೊಮೋಷನ್ಸ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಲೊಕೊಮೋಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನೋಡಿ, ತುಂಬ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ನ ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬಹುದು. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ the very general introduction about locomotions. So in case of human beings, under the heading of types of movement in our NCERT point 20.1 ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು types of movement ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ in case of human beings ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. And this is in special reference with the types of movement in case of human beings. How the locomotion or locomotory structures, they are classified in the human beings, which is called types of movement. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ವೆರಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್. ಹೌ ದೀಸ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಲೋಕೋಮೋಟರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಅಮೀಬಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. ಅಮೀಬಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್, ಸರ್ ಅಮೀಬಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಮೂಮೆಂಟಾ? ಎಸ್, ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್. ದ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ of protoplasmic streaming, what we have seen, the amoeboid movement of lower organisms like amoeba, the same kind of amoeboid movement, it is also present in human beings. And the specific organs like our macrophages, leukocytes. Macrophages and leukocytes are the cells which helps in the movements which are present, which are showing the amoeboid movement as like that of amoeba in case of human body. Macrophages and leukocytes. So along with the protoplasmic streaming, they are also helpful with the help of microfilaments. They are also involving in the movement of these structures inside the body. So that is one type. So that all the types of movements, they have been classified into 3 types. Human beings ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 types ಆಗಿ classify ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. And of course second one is called as ciliary movement. This ciliary movement, the same ciliary movement which is present in paramecium. How human beings, we are also showing the ciliary movement. There are some tubular organs in our body, and these tubular organs, they are having the minute hair like outgrowths. Consider our tubular organ. Nose is a tubular organ. Our digestive tract is a tubular organ. And all these tubular organs, they are lined with minute ciliary structures, and these ciliary structures they are showing the ciliary movement. And the next type of movement is our muscular movement. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಈವನ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್, ಟ್ಯೂಬುಲರ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್, ಈವನ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್. ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಗ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋ, ಓವರಿಯಿಂದ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಎಗ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಫಿಂಬ್ರಿಯಾ and the movement inside the fallopian tube, it is by the cilia. Ciliary, minute hair-like structures inside the female reproductive tract. The movement of egg inside the female reproductive tract is also one of the interesting example for ciliary movement in human beings. And muscular movement ಅಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದೇ ಬೇಡ, ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನೋಸ್, ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿಪ್ಸ್, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಮಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ the purpose of locomotion is very important. So why the organisms they have to locomote? We are the human beings and we fall under heterotrophic organisms. Plants, they are all autotrophic. No problem, they can photosynthesize, they will prepare their own food. Okay, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಂತ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. But some animals, they have to escape from their predators. Humans, we need to search for food, we need to search for shelter. They have to escape from its predator. Likewise, or environmental condition, if it is not suitable, the organism, it has to change its position. So for that kind, the purpose of locomotion is very important. Finally, the coordination of muscles, our nervous system, then coordination of nervous system, muscular system and skeletal system is very important in maintaining a particular locomotion. For the coordination of locomotion, there should be a very great coordination, there should be a need of muscular, nervous system and skeletal system. ಈ ಮೂರು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಲೋಕೋಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? So these are all the important informations. Types in case of humans, they have been classified into amoeboid, ciliary and muscular. ಮೂರು ಟೈಪಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. In the next part, we will study or we will go in detail with the muscular tissues, how they are present in human beings, what are their types, all general aspects next part ಅಲ್ಲಿ study ಮಾಡೋಣ. Thank you.